Hey guys, welcome to our second ever podcast for Elite High School Sports. I'm here with one of my friends, Jaden Conrad and Luis Lamones. And our special guest today is Blake Cole. And that's just our social media. What made you want to play football?
Honestly, I started football when I was in first grade, and my dad was probably one of the people that really inspired me to play football because he played flag football as a child, and he really always talked about how he wished he would have been able to go farther on, but he had to work and stuff like that because at a young age, and but he really made it sound fun for me. So, yeah.
Good deal. What do you enjoy most about playing football?
I just like I like being aggressive. It's fun. Like, you know, you can do things in football that, you know, you wouldn't get away with anywhere else, honestly. And we all know about that. And it's just taking out aggression and having fun. It's like a bond, a really good bond with teammates.
What has been your major highlight in your athletic career?
Well, my past season, I had two highlights actually in the news, but my favorite one was our game, one of our last games, I think. It was our very last game. I had an interception, and it got on the news. It was really nice, and I was excited to see that.
It's a good catch.
Yeah.
What is your biggest goal for next season?
Honestly, we got a lot of good players coming up. They're gonna help out a lot. We're gonna build a good team, and just my biggest goal is to just, you know, win games and improve.
What do you believe separates you from other players on the team?
Honestly, and I hate to brag, but I really love football enough to go out of my way to make myself a better player. I feel like I show leadership for a young kid, and, you know, once again, I'm not trying to, you know, toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like I can be a leader, and I can take time out of my personal time to go and make myself a better player.
Which I even back that up. I remember your freshman year coming in, and normally your freshman year, you know, you're kind of like, these kids are older than me. You know, I don't want to boss them around because they obviously know, you know, the high school program better than me. But I remember you coming in, telling people, like, what's right from wrong, telling them what to do during drills. And I think that's what really separates you from other young players, and I think that's why you've had more varsity time than other players.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
I mean, you can see it from like not even like just football in general, like athletics. Like, you are in the weight room every day, whether you're like running in the track or you're like lifting. Like, we lift yesterday, and you made me compete. You made me want to do better, and I'm not even on the football team anymore. So I mean, it just like the vibe around you really wants like other people to be better.
I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay. What areas do you feel that you need to improve in?
You know, everyone has their flaws, and you know, there are like little things I can work on. You know, speed and strength. That those are just really important parts of football. You know, and smartness. Really, it's all about you know, how smart you can be on the field, off the field. You know, decision making. You know, there's so many drills, and you know, we've all done them, and little things you wouldn't even think would make you better, but, you know, there's a lot of things you can do to improve yourself.
And I think one thing that you majorly need improvement in is believing in yourself.
Really?
The only person I think that can beat you on a field is you. When you get down on yourself, it's like...
You know, I that's true, honestly. I know that because I get kind of emotional in games because, you know, I just love football that much, and I do get down on myself just because I want to see myself do good. And I really do. I really do.
But other than that, I don't think anyone else on the field can beat you.
No.
Thank you.
What is your go-to snack and drink from a gas station?
I mean, a lot of people won't believe me when I say this, but I probably eat the most junk food than any other player I know. And I no, definitely. But like my go-to snack, I don't know. I like Slim Jims. I'll take one of those big Slim Jims any day. Those are good, and it's good protein.
Yeah.
And go to drink. If I'm really if I had to think I deserve it, probably like a Monster. I mean, I don't know why, but I'm starting to get into that.
If you're stranded on an island, what are 3 things that you need with you?
That's easy.
Alright.
I'm gonna need a football. I'm gonna need some friends. Well, I'm stranded. I forgot. Well, well, I'm gonna need a football. I mean, I gotta say it. Probably a PlayStation. And probably my dog. Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah.
Would you rather time travel to the past or to the future?
I think I got to go to the past. I really like their like certain cultures. Like honestly, the '60s are cool. Like I can see myself like wanting to go there back in time. And there's some other cool things back in like the '70s, like when rock was getting cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching movies or about that stuff and documentaries.
Which I think that's our last slide, but going back to the one that really separates you from other players is that I remember, which even you talked about, like your greatest accomplishment was being on the news, which was an interception.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things that majorly separates you from other players is when other players are like feel hopeless. Like I'm not gonna lie, like our last game, obviously emotions were starting to kick in. It's like last game, like,
Yeah.
and then when they were starting scoring on us and we wouldn't get into the end zone and it didn't look good for us,
Yeah.
and it was like, well, here it is, like it's pointless to play anymore. Like go ahead, run the clock. And I think one thing that really separates you is that you don't give up. Because I remember, like we were like, oh, here they go, they're gonna score on us again. And I remember as a safety, like I would take back and I'd see someone running around and I'm like, okay, that's going to be a touchdown. Like he's faster than me, taller than me, everything. And I remember like you just came in front of him, picked it off, ran it back, and it was like oh my gosh, like we can come back and score.
Yeah.
So I think that really separates you from other players.
I really appreciate that.
Oh no, like I'm
Yeah.
not saying it just because you're on here. Like I truly personally think that about you. And
Thank
like
you.
what Conrad said, I think you push all your players to another level. I think you're going to be a great coach one day because you already coach and you're a good leader.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the traits that I've gotten from football are from friends like you guys. Like I see you guys, I've seen y'all since my freshman year, and I got inspired really. So.
Like as a senior, like we all have a lot of respect for you. Like every huddle, like after every play, you're always like, "Let's go, guys! We could be down 50-0, and you'd be in the huddle being like, "We can do this." Like even if it's just like the one extra play that we can win or the one extra score, like you're always that guy that's like ready to go, and like you're not scared to call somebody out if they mess up. You will tell them if they're doing something wrong.
I really
like
do
that.
appreciate that.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
like-
you.
But like what he said, like seniors really like look into that because here it is. Like I remember, like personally, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I'd be like, seniors don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't my year. But like you, ever since your freshman year, you cared about your teammates and you played for them. You didn't play for yourself. You played for the guys next to you, and I think that really shows. and
Dang.
but yeah, like he said, seniors really appreciate it, and I think the thing that really, like, I think you have the same traits as Coach Wright, where he's a good leader, but he's not like a dictatorship where he's like, you know, like,
and
like we're here, football, no fun.
Yeah, like I said
take it
though, like
serious.
the only way I got this was from looking up to you guys. I've been watching you guys, and that's probably why I kind of fit in a little bit more, is because I've always been impressed by you guys. So, and yeah, I get a lot of things. I get, traits like that from you guys.
Like one of the best things I've ever heard in probably my life was that it takes a lot to build someone up, but takes very little to like tear someone down.
Exactly.
And I think like you would treat everyone on the team like people that, like, I think you saw how much work really went into team sports. Like I think people that weren't getting playtime, you would notice them because they'd be on the sideline cheering us on. So you would be like thank them after games, like thank you for cheering us on. Like other people would just be like, oh, he's useless to this team.
Yeah.
Like another leader.
Yeah.
Like would be like, oh, like, oh, we don't need him playing.
Well, I love my teammates. That's just how I am. No matter what.
But I think that really separates you, because I think there's some people that want to be leaders and think like it's not fun. Like, oh, this is practice. We shouldn't have fun. Like I'll admit, like if I drop a pass, you'd be like, come on, like you have to pull that in, but you'll get it next time.
Yeah.
Where some people will be like, oh, that's a perfect ball. You should have caught that. Like, if you can't catch that, you can't catch nothing. That's not a leader.
Yeah,
But you would
that's how it
like
goes.
you give it to him straight, and then you build him back up.
Mhm.
And
He kind of kept us in check in
Yeah.
a way.
Oh,
Like, 'cause,
yeah.
like, there's times where, like, I mean, I know not every senior was like as big as a leader as they wanted to be. Not everyone is as big as a leader they want to be. But like, we try, and like sometimes it's hard. Like we get down on ourselves, and like we're just like, well, what do we do next? How do we help the team? And like, it really helps whenever there's someone like you, like an underclassman, that just like ready to go, ready to take the position. To like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you like build up and like see what you can do.
I'm super excited for next year.
Yeah,
and
me
the thing that's always crazy is that like people are like, oh, Blake Cole's an outstanding athlete, and it's like yeah, and like you're gonna be a junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this upcoming season. So last year, like you were by far like one of the top players, and it's like, oh, like what is he, a senior next year? And you're like, no, like this is his second year playing, like 7-on-7, like who caught that touchdown? Like is he a new senior? And it's like no, that's a freshman. And that's a freshman coming in, and then it's like, oh, like I can't wait to see Blake's senior year, and it's like, but he's not. He's a junior. And I think that's really crazy because even you, like, to be a junior, you're still young for your grade.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a freshman right now.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's hard. It's weird to say that because no one ever believes me because I already got a beard and stuff. But yeah, I'm really like I won't be 16 till August.
Now, when it does come to your senior year, do you think you'll push further into college, like playing college ball, or do you?
I really have been inspired to play college ball. I do think I will go to a college team and play for them.
What do you look forward more to, D1 or D2 or?
I would like to say, like, everyone wants to be a D1 athlete, but I'm coming from Henry County. I'm ready to take any offer, like the best offer I can get, no matter what. And I would like to make bigger goals. Like, I want to be a D1 athlete, but I got school, and things are more important than being addicted to football. Even though I love football more than I love anything. But college is something you got to think about for a little bit and consider.
Yeah, like what you said to your dad. Like, I'm pretty sure, it's probably genetics. Like with you being athletic, I'm pretty sure because he's got the size. I've seen him.
He's tall, but he's always been skinny, and then he got a gut. But
I mean, like
he has good form.
Yeah, like a good structure on him, and I think he, like, just from looking at him, it's like, oh, like he could have played, and I think that's like for him to step aside for his athletic career and go into like a good working career, and I think that's pretty bold of him because every kid wants to I want to be a professional basketball, but it's like when it comes to that point where it's like, all right, like I have to tell myself like this is the real world now, like.
Yep.
Which I'm not saying like you can't be, but when you look in the mirror and you go, okay, like I have to.
It's
do
admitting to yourself.
real job, like
it's good for you.
Yeah. So, but I think like I'm pretty sure the sky's the limit to him too, but I really do think the sky's the limit for you. I think any college that wants you is going to be lucky to have you because, like I said, like they're going to look at him and be like, oh, he'll be good as he gets through the years. But I think you'll shock him by coming in as a freshman and being the face of the team.
I'm really just excited to work hard. That's just what I look forward to. Just getting better every day. That's just how it goes.
Is there anyone, like, not necessarily give them a shout out, but like that you like see on the team and like like they're like working as hard as you, or like they're like trying to make improvements to make themselves better to better everybody else?
Of course, I've seen so many new freshmen, and sophomores even. We didn't have very many freshmen this past year, but sophomores are coming in, and in particular, I mean, gosh, let me think. I want to give a shout out to Josh Beverly. That kid's a hard worker. If there's anyone working harder in there than him, I'd be surprised. He works hard, and I think he'll be good.
Well, that's like coming back to. All right, go ahead.
But like everyone, like I was saying, but like everyone on the team is working hard, and we got a new workout coach, Jared Payton. He's working everyone hard, pushing us to our limits. So everyone's working hard. It looks good.
Like that one player I probably most respect on our football team, and it's because of the story. It was Canyon.
Canyon. Yes. Okay, I
What a
forgot about
guy.
Canyon.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean,
Dude, I
I'm not
respect
saying,
him
but yeah,
hard.
I respect him the most.
Yes.
Just because, like, literally, like, I remember his injury. He had a concussion or
Yeah.
something, a head injury, and he kept telling his teammates, he was like, you know, like, oh, I'll be out for a week. I'll be out for a week. And,
Yeah.
you know, we were like, oh, you know, it's a week. Like, Kenyon should be back. And he's like, no, you know, doctor's pushing it back just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And then at the end of the year, he finally came up to us and told us, like, he can never play football again, which is wild. And then once you start thinking about it, you're like, him telling us he's going to be back next week is kind of like he did it for us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I look at it like he did it for us. That way he knew, like, these guys are going to look forward to having me back. They shouldn't be thinking, like, oh, you know, like, he's the type where he's like, oh, they should be thinking about that Central game. They should be thinking about that Carroll game. They shouldn't be thinking about me. So he's like, they shouldn't think, like, oh, I feel bad for Canyon before a game. He's probably thinking, like, and what he would come to each practice still and couldn't practice. And just, so I want to give a shout out to Canyon. So
Canyon.
that's a real
He's a
man right
beast.
there to
He
really
is.
push through. Because, like, if I had a season ending or career ending injury, it would be hard. It would be
Right.
hard to go to
It
practice
hurts.
and go.
Yeah, like Trey
They-
Thomas, for example.
Yeah,
that
and
was
Trey
bad
Thomas.
Too, yeah.
And that's like seeing my best friends, like they're all out there smiling, having fun, enjoying it. And it's like, here I am, like, can't cherish the moment with them. I have to be like a TV viewer. Like, I have to watch them and can't be part of it. So I really respect,
It's tough.
like, Trey Thomas, Canyon, and Beverly.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, you got something?
Well, I got something
Yeah, go
about
ahead,
Blake.
go ahead.
Okay, so about his freshman year, whenever, like, when we were playing 7-on-7, you as a freshman,
I remember this.
you took my spot for corner, and I was jealous. Okay? I was so jealous.
I was
like,
scared. I'll tell you,
I was
that's
like-
what I was.
I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I lost my spot to a freshman. But then again, I was thinking of the good side. Like, he's actually helping us out. Like, I remember you picked off on a 6A school, Ryle, I think, the orange team.
They always have weird names.
Yeah,
something
you're
like that.
close to that.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, maybe he could actually help us out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really jealous because, like, I thought that I love corner. I love playing that position, and, like, so when you took it, I was thinking of a good side. I was cheering you on in the sideline. I was like, all right, Blake, let's go. Like, I was getting hyped whenever you picked off that one dude. I was like, this kid's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, was it our senior night against Wagner? You caught a touchdown.
I think it was.
It wasn't
Barge-
Wagner. It was
Bargetown,
Bargetown. It was
yeah.
Bargetown. It was, and that's another thing. Going back to our last game when everyone was, putting our head down, and the Bargetown game kind of really stood out to seniors because, if we didn't win that game, like, it was over. Like,
Yeah.
the season was over. With zero chances of playing in the playoffs. And I remember, like, it was like the same thing with our last game. Like, seniors were like they were getting ready for it. They were like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, Blake Cole scores a touchdown and then gives the seniors, like, oh my gosh, like, we're back in it. So I think, like, that really separates you from other players.
I really respect
Definitely.
that. And I want to go back to Lewis. Like, that really proves what kind of player you are. Like, instead of getting mad about it,
Yeah.
we can. Obviously, we both played corner this year. Like, I didn't take anyone's spot. Like, but accepting, like, hey, like, we can both play this position. That really makes you the player you are, Lewis.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Blake.
No problem.
And that's another thing I love about our team is that, there's some teams in Henry County where if they lose their spot to someone, like,
They hate that.
they hate the
Yeah.
kid or
Yeah,
they,
that's
or they
really
hate
how
the
it
coach for
used to
doing
be.
it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna talk about it, but like there's, I don't know, dude. People can lose their job because it's crazy, but that's a whole nother story. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I got something to say. I am looking forward to seeing y'all next year playing against good teams like Cal, for example, who just won state for
Mhm.
2A. Y'all played DeSales, who just beat St. X last year, and it
Yeah.
was surprising to everybody. And I'm just looking forward to seeing y'all playing next year.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a good challenge. It's going to make us better players, and it should definitely improve the team and how hard we work.
For sure.
I think that's about it. So I think that's a wrap. But do you want to say anything to the people watching?
All I got to say is show out next season. Come to all the games. It's going to be fun.